What's up, friends? Mike here from Mercado Airwaves. If you missed any one of our past interviews with amazing guests like future Hall of Famer and pound for pound best fighter in the world, UFC flyweight champion Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson,
it's another day at the office, I get to go out there and test my skill.
to award-winning producer, director, and actor Orlando Jones. Orlando, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, sir. I'm good, brother. How you doing?
And all the other interesting guests we've had on. Joining us today is director and writer David Ferrier.
Thanks so much, brother. I appreciate you having me on the show.
MMA legend Chael Sonnen joins us today.
Keep listening to your show. This is great. Thanks, my friend.
Just subscribe to us on iTunes at Mercado Airwaves. And while you're there, please like, review, and rate us, friends. It helps so much. We also have a Patreon for anyone who would like to support the show. Just visit us at patreon.com/Mercado Airwaves and see how you can get all of our interviews ad-free and before anyone else, and how you can get your business or company spotlighted on the show. Follow us on Twitter at mmercado2333. Like us on Facebook at Mercado Airwaves. Subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/MikeMercado2333. And if you would like to see what we're up to behind the scenes, follow us on Instagram, MikeMercado2333. Thanks for listening and all the support.
If you would like to support Mercado Airwaves, visit us at patreon.com/Mercado Airwaves. Find us on iTunes at Mercado Airwaves. Keep up to date with the show on Facebook at Mercado Airwaves. You can see all of Nicole's work at typingwhentipsy.wordpress.com. You can follow Alex on Twitter at Mercado21Alex. Follow Mike on Twitter at mmercado2333 and on Instagram, MikeMercado2333.
And here we go.
Get ready, get set for the best movie and pop culture talk in the universe. It's The Good Brothers on Mercado Airwaves with your hosts, Alex Mercado and Mike Mercado.
Welcome back, folks. I am Alex. I am all in, and I am here and better than ever. And Mike's here, too. Hi, Mike.
Alex, hurry up and take that off before Lemmy hits so we can take it down. Thank you so much.
Lemmy will sue us.
Yes, R.I.P. Lemmy. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Oh, yeah, we're back. I'm back. Hey!
Yeah, Alex was gone, and it was a busy time, but we are back. The Good Brothers are back together, and busy couple of days since you were here, Alex. Did you have a good Labor Day?
Yeah, I was with you.
Yeah, oh, that's right.
You were with bags.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And by the way, everyone, I am extremely good at bags. It's actually very weird. Just so just hyping my own ego up. Someone's got to do it.
Sounds about right.
Oh, Happy Time Murders sucked, by the way, everyone. I don't know if Mike talked about it last week, but
did.
it was like really bad.
Yeah.
We thought Sausage Party was bad. No, this one's worse.
Well, why don't we go ahead and get into this episode of The Good Brothers. Before we get into that, though, make sure you guys follow us everywhere in the universe. We're on Twitter. I'm at mmercado2333. He's at Mercado21Alex. We're on Instagram at MikeMercado2333. He's at Mercado2121. Like us on Facebook at Facebook.com/Mercado Airwaves. We're on YouTube, YouTube.com/MikeMercado2333. So do us a favor and subscribe to us over there. We're everywhere you get your favorite podcasts at Mercado Airwaves. Do us a huge favor, like, rate, review, and share us. It means the world to us. And of course, thank you to our sponsors at Patreon.com/Mercado Airwaves. Alex, why don't we go into a few things that happened? Let's see. I'll go into the magic book. And why don't we start with, Halloween trailer that dropped today. What did you think about it?
Am I just answering good or bad? Good.
No, why don't we go ahead and what people pay
for?
No,
it was sick. I'm really excited. I was a fan of the Rob Zombie. Part one. Part two was a train wreck. Yeah. But part one, I liked it. I like this one. It's kind of the middle, I think, where we get not the crazy Rob Zombie, but the modern tone of it mixed with the old school storytelling. Because I think the original Halloween is still one of the best movies in general. I think it holds up great. Like, I've watched it every year, and like the story's good. Like the sense of the neighborhood, and like you're going house to house. Like, it's a fun movie. It's like really, it's still scary. Yeah. I think last year your Halloween party was in the background, and I jumped in like 7 parts. I'm like, man, I forgot how like it still holds up. So this one I think is gonna be good. I don't love that they're not brother or sister. I kind of like that aspect of Rob Zombie where we got the background of why they were so close, where that was the only thing innocent in his family. I don't love that they changed it, but I'll see what they do. Like, they got Jamie Lee Curtis, so I can't be too picky. And I mean, this is the first horror movie to open up at TIFF, really, like of this sort. So that's saying something. They have some faith in this movie as a movie. If they're opening up against, some gorgeous Oscar movies coming out, they're like, hey, let's throw Halloween in there. This isn't your normal type of TIFF film, but hey, we're going to throw it out there. So that says a lot about the movie, I think. So I'm pumped.
And obviously, for all those who are wondering, this is supposed to take place right after
part one of the original John Carpenter's Halloween.
Everything else after, forget.
Any other movie that's
what
ever
was it, Ja Rule or LL Cool J? He's dead.
Yeah, Ja Rule's gone.
Wait, who was it? Exhibit? I don't even remember who was the rapper. It was what rapper had a TV show? It was Ja Rule, right?
No, it was Exhibit.
Was it Exhibit? Yeah, it was Exhibit.
I don't know.
It wasn't LL Cool J. That's a different one.
It was Busta Rhymes.
Busta Rhymes. Wow, we just named like a bunch of irrelevant people. I'm like,
one of the 90s. Yeah.
So anyway, that's gone. Dead.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
Yeah, love it. I actually kind of like that one.
So pretty excited for it though. So we'll take a look. We'll keep our eyes on it as it gets closer to coming out.
Side question: I'm doing the interview now, Mike. Little Dwight. I haven't started watching The Office a little, so I'm starting to get the humor, guys. It is kind of funny. What are you most excited about for TIFF? Like, what's one of the Oscar movies you're kind of like, I can't wait till that comes out? Like, there's a lot of choices. We've talked about a few. What's like the one you're like, man, like it's gonna be a tearjerker, or that one's gonna be good? I have two. I have A Star Is Born, because I heard Gaga's gonna win an Oscar, and Beautiful Boy with Steve Carell and Timothy Chastain. And he's a drug addict, and it's just a beautiful trailer. It's from Amazon Studios, so they killed me with Manchester by the Sea. Movie was a little boring, but man, those performances are gut wrenching. So those are two I'm kind of looking forward to. Would yours be Halloween, or you got another one?
You know what? Let me take a quick look, because there were so many that
I know Mike's not the Oscar guy, but he does watch other movies that don't involve superheroes, guys. He actually does watch.
Yeah, and obviously it's the Toronto International Film Festival, which
it's going on as we speak. Like it's always usually after Labor Day. Like I believe the few days after it. There's a few movies. There's the one with Melissa McCarthy. I can't think about something about Truth or Lies. Bohemian Rhapsody. I heard they showed an extended 30 minutes, and I hear from a lot of reviewers that Rami Malek is Mercury. Like this movie, from what they've seen, looks fantastic. So, I hope Bradley Cooper gets some love for A Star Is Born as a director.
And he's directing that movie, right?
He's directing, and Lady Gaga is hyping him up, and Lady Gaga's got a lot of support.
You know which one I'm kind of digging is First Man.
Oh,
I'm very interested in First Man.
I hope it's a little exciting, because obviously Apollo 13 our dad loves. I think it kind of doesn't hold up a little bit, but yeah, First Man with Gosling. Hopefully, maybe he can get his Oscar.
Widows looks really good. I'm really excited about Widows. So there's a few of them that
it's gonna be rough. I know we always say in the beginning of the year we're like, well, duh, Black Panther, and then we see these movies come up, we're like, ouch, like there's some good movies. Like
the Sisters Brothers with John C. Reilly and Joaquin Phoenix, Jake Gyllenhaal. That's supposed to be a pretty good one.
Wasn't it Coen Brothers, I believe? I thought it was a Coen Brothers movie.
No, that is Jacquees Adrid.
There's that other movie with. Oh my God, I can't think. There's a bunch. We'll do a whole show about the predictions and stuff. But man, there's a lot of movies coming out. Like, there's
very excited about it.
Like, we'll do a top 3 of things after TIFF or before. But yeah,
we'll get into it as the year goes on.
I love Oscar time. You and me are real hyped about when we get to the final 10 movies. Or at least like the 15 where you're like, okay, Disaster Artist maybe didn't get nom, but I hear it was up there, so I'm going to watch it. So, those are always fun. I love this time of year. Like, this is when you get the gut-wrenching movies, The Fences, The Moonlights. I never saw La La Land, but it seems dumb.
Yeah, bro. Well, let us know what you guys thought about the new Halloween trailer. What you thought about the new Halloween trailer, and what gets you excited when we get into Oscar season and what's dropping at the Toronto Film Festival right now. Alex, Entertainment Weekly came out with something that I did not see coming unless you were following Brie Larson on Twitter last night.
I am.
Yes. Shout out to Brie Larson, a video game nerd.
Oh, go ahead, finish, because I'm not happy.
I'm actually very excited on... I do not like that the first things we've seen of this new movie are from magazine cover and pictures, but... For what usually are very lame things, I thought they actually looked pretty cool.
Okay, one, Entertainment Weekly never does a good one. I thought this is one of their better ones. I still think it's bad. My problem is, if this comes from a Venom, if this comes from an X-Men, if this comes even from DC, it's a little more groundbreaking. Like when they did Dawn of Justice with Wonder Woman and Cavill, and Affleck. You're Marvel, like dude, I'm not. You're gonna hype me up all night with Brie Larson. You're not gonna give me a trailer or a sneak.
So what?
Like I'm with like some of the people out there, Andrew, like Campius and Harloffs, where I'm like, I'm not impressed. Like you hyped us up, like dude.
Let's break the internet.
You're Marvel.
Yeah.
Like if you don't come out with a trailer, you can just come out then the morning of, and I'll be cool. But now to me, it's like I'm with you. They were cool, and I like if I stop being a cynic about it, I can look into it and be like, wow, there's a lot of cool stuff here. But at the same time, I'm like. Dude, you hyped me up, and I got this.
Well, here's the thing.
Give me a trailer. Give me a sneak peek.
So when do you think the trailer is coming?
Yeah, dude, it's gotta come now. It's like Well, it's Marvel because guess what? They're still going to get my money. So they're like, oh, I'm sorry, Alex.
But this is the conversation we've been having forever. It's September. Breaking the fourth wall. It's September 5th as we're recording this. I mean, we really have been talking about it since Infinity War dropped in late April.
We still got 6 months, too.
But that's nothing in marketing. And here's the thing. This is what you and I have been talking about. It's not like Captain Marvel doesn't drop far from like Thor Ragnarok did to Infinity War. There is a closer gap in between Captain Marvel and Avengers 4. So the marketing is going to ramp up for both of them. And one can get buried with the other one if you're not careful.
I think that's what they're doing. I think they're going to wait. I think they're waiting for... Because they're also like, listen, we're Marvel, suck our dicks. This is our first female superhero. It's Brie Larson, Oscar winner. Just saw The Room. She deserves it. So you're like, hey, guys... Suck it. You're going to like it. You're going to like... Dude, it's Disney. You're going to like what we tell you to like, except for Solo for some reason.
Yeah.
And you're going to like it. That's the only time it hasn't worked with Solo. Other than that, Disney is pretty much 100%. I mean, you still have other movies. Like, we got to remember, this is a big company. You still have Mary Poppins coming out this year. Wreck-It Ralph this year. Like, you have a lot of movies. You have movies coming out in January, February. Like, I get them saying, like, guess what? We'll wait. We know... If we give you 3 months of awesome trailers, and what if we find out like half this movie, it does connect to Infinity War? Now we're like, well, yeah, actually, I don't want the trailer till later because as soon as that connection happens, now I'm more focused on Infinity War.
And now we know it's not an origin film. She's gonna have her powers. So my question to you is, let's go ahead and let's make a fun bet. What do we get first? A Captain Marvel trailer or an Episode 9 trailer?
Captain Marvel. Really?
It's September. Every Star Wars movie we've gotten our first trailer in October.
Oh, no, I'm saying Captain
so you're
Marvel?
saying that we're gonna get a Captain Marvel trailer in the next?
I think we don't get a Star Wars trailer till November, and I think we get a Captain Marvel in October.
Okay, I think we get a Captain Marvel in 2 weeks. I think we get a Star Wars in October.
When's Wreck-It Ralph 2 come out?
November.
Then that's when we're going to start getting trailers. They're going to start kind of connecting those. And that would be a trailer for Wreck-It Ralph when we get in there.
With Star Wars?
Yeah.
No, I think Star Wars is going to be
That's
for
what
ABC Monday Night Football.
That's where we'll get... That's fine. I think it will go November still. I think October is going to be for Captain Marvel.
I think just like they've done the last few years.
I think our first Infinity War trailer is going to be... I want to say December, but I could see it being early January, like when starting the new year off. But I could totally see them doing December. I could see it one a month.
I think
I would not be surprised.
I think you'll see Captain Marvel in 2 weeks. You'll see the first Star Wars on the third Monday Night Football game of the season, so in October, right around Halloween. Yeah. And you'll see the first Avengers Infinity War trailer the week of the National Championship game.
So when's that?
January 7th, right around the first week of New Year's. So I think that's when you get the first one, the first Infinity War teaser.
But with your timing, I could also see them doing it in November. Then you have all of December to really hype these movies while you're doing Mary Poppins.
Well, I think in December they're going to be going for...
Go ahead.
It's going to be their holiday season.
What's crazy is like we're kind of forgetting that like you still have they've not done a lot of marketing for Mary Poppins.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But there's certain movies that are going to go full marketing.
We're going to get that Christopher Robin push eventually, but like Wreck-It Ralph is getting a little more attention now, but it's earlier.
But here's the thing, though. What we're talking about is not full-length trailers. We're talking about when's the first time we're going to see...
We're talking about any footage of sorts.
When is the first footage we're going to see of this movie? And I don't think they have to give you a full trailer. They got to give you a teaser, and teasers are different than that full trailer. And I think you could set those out a lot further behind. And here's the thing: all these movies are in calendar years of each other now. So it's not like we're seeing a movie like Godzilla, which is almost 2 years from now. Like when we first saw it. Yeah, but like it's not one of those type of movies. When you see an Avengers trailer, that movie's less than a year away.
Or like a Shazam, which is still a little bit away.
That's what I'm saying. Like we're at the point now with the three major Marvel movies that they're the only one that's a legit far away is Far From Home. Like, that's the only one that's not even in, like, real production just yet.
Like that. No, they're filming. Yeah, they don't really... They might have enough to show at a festival.
But like, nothing near, like, what we would have for these other movies.
No. No, I agree with you. Like, I could see them totally doing a 2-week one for Cap. Then next month you do your other one. And then you do your Infinity War. And then you do your Star Wars. Because you got to think, like...
Star Wars will come before Infinity War, the Avengers movie.
Maybe. Because
I think...
Dude, I mean, May is not that far, realistically, for, like... It's crazy that this movie's gonna be a year within Infinity War, so you're like, it's not unreal. Like, yeah, guys, we're already like, I can count down almost. We're in September, almost in the middle.
But
football started already. Shit.
But half of what Star Wars does is it doesn't matter whether it's 12 months away or 16 months away. The fact that what Star Wars does is it loves to have that initial control of everything, and it doesn't matter what movies come before it or after it. There was nothing bigger than that first footage of a new Star Wars movie. So to me, like, they will release that, and the best way to get ratings on a show that you've invested billions of dollars of every year that doesn't work is show it on Monday Night Football. So we'll see.
We'll agree to disagree. I think we have a whole debate about this because I think we need to have a show just about the landscape of Star Wars, because my way to the conversation of like, well, they're not coming off the best. Like, obviously, the Force Awakens trailer, when you have a Chewie, we're home and men are crying in their living rooms, that worked. And then Last Jedi worked because it was the sequel. But now that we saw the sequel and it was 50-50, you're like, is a Star Wars trailer going to hype you up? Or would you do Avengers? Would you save Avengers because you know that's going to get people hyped up because they're hyped?
Well, it goes back.
Or you do it before. What's the better marketing? We can go on this.
Yeah, but it goes back to what you said though. If you're Disney, you just need to say you're going to like it anyway. So that's why I don't think they're not in a hurry to show you the new Avengers movie. But I think they're in a hurry to get the taste out of Solo off your mouth. So I think they're ready to show you episode 9.
You know what's funny? I don't think they're ready. Like, it just went by. They were so smart. When they said, okay, Solo's done, we're not going to talk about Star Wars for 6 months. Yeah. We got Ant-Man, we got Christopher Robin, we'll do a couple of these little movies. Okay. They were so smart. They just blacklisted. They're like, oh, yeah, it's there.
And they lived off of...
Hey, you liked it? Oh, cool, you liked it. Oh, if you didn't like it, it's there. I mean, you don't have to go look at it.
Yeah, so it was very interesting. Let us know, though, what you guys think about the next movie and installment of the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the Captain Marvel Entertainment Weekly cover shoot. Dropping this weekend, Alex, is the Nun. Not getting the best of reviews going around. My general question to you, though, is they're going to continue making these spin-off movies because this movie's going to bank this weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, because no matter what the reviews say, the marketing was fantastic. Like, when they got that trailer pulled that you fell for.
It was amazing.
And it was too scary for me to watch.
Yeah.
And then the next trailer they come out with is a scary picture saying, our first trailer was too scary. Here's a picture of the Nun. And they turn the light off. And you're like, that's even scarier.
Which is probably the picture of this episode of The Good Brothers right now, the clip art of this episode.
I don't think we're going to be allowed to, dude. We're not getting clicks.
It's the greatest to me. Like, her painting is perfect. Because they do a trick, obviously. The painting isn't like that when you actually turn off the lights. They do a great trick with the computer to, like, make it change and, like, do a trick in your eye. And it is creepy. It's a creepy character. Here's the thing, though, and nobody wants to admit it. Other than The Conjuring and The Conjuring 2, all the other movies have sucked. And I'm glad James Wan has enough clout that he can keep making these movies. But here's the thing, though. Why are we so forgiving of the James Wan universe, the Conjuring universe, but we shit all over Jigsaw and any of these other horror movie things? Like, I think we can respect... I think it's okay to be creeped out, but to say these movies are great like a lot of people want to fight for, I don't agree with. I think some of their characters are iconic, but like other than The Nun and Annabelle, like this series, like for all the movies it's made, doesn't really have like, and all the creatures it shows you doesn't have iconic bad guys. Like,
well, Annabelle is iconic. Like, she's already kind of, and you got to think like her latest movie was good. Like, obviously we're living in a generation where we have a very high expectation for horror, which is a great problem to have. But I'm on the opposite. Like, that's a big universe, man. Like, both Conjurings made money. Both Annabelle's made money, and one was good. So you're 3 out of 4, 4 out of 4 making money. Nun's gonna make money. It's gonna be a franchise. Conjuring 3 is gonna make money. Like, at the end of it all, you're gonna be like, man, out of 7 movies, we have 5.5 really good movies, and 7 made money. Like, we're doing pretty good over here. Like, you start comparing it to other series, you're like, well, we're better than that one. We're better than that one. We're definitely better than that one. So, I don't know. Like I said, the reviews aren't great, but like, man, those commercials were scary, dude. I don't want to watch it.
It was great marketing.
Like, it really was.
So let us know if you get to the movie theaters to check out The Nun this coming up weekend, and let us know what your thoughts are. And is it as scary as you thought it was going into it?
What's up, friends? Mike here from Mercado Airwaves. If you missed any one of our past interviews with amazing guests like future Hall of Famer and pound for pound best fighter in the world, UFC flyweight champion Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson.
Another day that at the office I get to go out there and test my skill.
to award-winning producer, director, and actor Orlando Jones.
Orlando, how you doing,
How
buddy?
you, sir? I'm good, brother. How you doing?
And all the other interesting guests we've had on. Joining us today is director and writer David Ferrier.
Thanks so much, brother. I appreciate you having me on the show.
MMA legend Chael Sonnen joins us today.
Keep listening to your show. This is great. Thanks, my friend.
Just subscribe to us on iTunes at Mercado Airwaves. And while you're there, please like, review, and rate us, friends. It helps so much. We also have a Patreon for anyone who would like to support the show. Just visit us at patreon.com/Mercado Airwaves and see how you can get all of our interviews ad-free and before anyone else, and how you can get your business or company spotlighted on the show. Follow us on Twitter at mmercado2333. Like us on Facebook at Mercado Airwaves. Subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/MikeMercado2333. And if you would like to see what we're up to behind the scenes, follow us on Instagram, MikeMercado2333. Thanks for listening and all the support.
If you would like to support Mercado Airwaves, visit us at patreon.com/Mercado Airwaves. Find us on iTunes at Mercado Airwaves. Keep up to date with the show on Facebook at Mercado Airwaves. You can see all of Nicole's work at typingwhentipsy.wordpress.com. You can follow Alex on Twitter at Mercado21Alex. Follow Mike on Twitter at mmercado2333 and on Instagram, MikeMercado2333.
Our guy, Alex, the Man of Steel himself, finally gets a role that he could sink his teeth into, that he could really display the charm, the leading man type stuff that he has. And Alex, it is a role where he gets to display a character that is larger than life, saves lives, makes tough decisions, and really is an icon from where he comes from. And no, it is not Man of Steel 2 like it should be. It is Scarlet from The Witcher, part of that great series of books that was adapted by CD Red Project that is now coming out with that Cyberpunk game that everybody's really high on. Alex, Henry Cavill in this Witcher Netflix series, I think is great for him. I think it's great. I forgot who mentioned it. It was one of the pundits on the internet who brought up that this is Netflix's take of Game of Thrones. This is their chance to get their hands on a series that they can really invest a lot of money in, because they've already got their science fiction with Stranger Things. And they have some great documentaries.
I mean, they got documentaries or Crime with Miracles and Ozark.
So
they
now
got their comedies, BoJack and American Scandal.
And at this point now,
like that's actually what they kind of need, is that one of those old school
with a talent now.
They had their Romes, they had their.
But now they have an actor who, at this point right now in his career, is that right picking, because he's hot. He's hot, but he's. You would have thought Superman was that role, but he still hasn't kind of gotten that role where people are like, that is Henry Cavill.
Well, first of all, bravo for your intro. You must have spent 20 minutes on that. I was trying to follow. I was like, the hell is Mike talking about? And I was like, oh, boo, you suck. But good job. I agree. I think it's cool. Obviously, if you're not a big video game nerd, like, you'll probably know more for video games. It's a cool story. You see it a lot. It's always thrown around as one of the best franchises ever. So I think you're right. Like, this is literally the one thing Netflix doesn't have. They're like, we have everything. We have our historical. We have Pinky Blinders. We have our British. We have everything. But we don't have a mythical sword and
sandals.
You don't have a Game of Thrones. I hate to call it that, because that's what it. But we don't have a Game of Thrones.
Yeah, you know, whether it's historically,
and you're big. You need a Game of Thrones.
Even History Channel with Vikings, like there's some channels just need staples. Like FX lived off of Sons of Anarchy. You need a niche.
They do theirs okay, because they'll bring in like a Fargo they live off of, or. You know, they have their anything with Ryan Murphy always sells.
So why don't we get into a little bit of what do you think the success of this is going to be? So we know it's going to take a little while for this to go into production, to be moved up.
I mean, it's way too early to say. Like, it could be garbage. It could be amazing.
Your gut reaction right now, though, when you hear Henry Cavill and that you hear that the people behind this project always kind of had him in mind. So this is a symbiotic relationship that kind of seems like they were both ready to really do this project with each other.
Here's the point. We can take Henry Cavill out of it. Take him out of it.
Yeah.
It's called The Witcher. They have, like, Netflix has proved that when they want something, they get it. Look at Ozark. They said, you like Breaking Bad? We're going to give you a more realistic Breaking Bad in the South. And it's amazing. They're like, you like cartels? We're going to give you Narcos. You want American this? We give you a comedy and a real one of, like, true crime and comedy. We'll give you BoJack. They're not missed. So you say Witcher, I'm like, okay, yeah, they're going to be great. And then you say, oh, yeah, we also got Superman, who we've always wanted for this, and he's excited. Okay.
Totally.
And then we're going to get a BA trailer. Like, you know how much money they're going to throw at this? Like, Netflix can't miss at the moment. Like, they have these big movies coming out. Like they're looking to get bigger and bigger. Like they're paying big names. They're taking risks. Like I can't talk enough about how good they've been this year with just Ozark. They came out with their new House of Cards trailer.
Yes, where we find out what happened.
Yeah, they killed. I mean, there's two graves. We knew it's not a spoiler. They said they're gonna kill them off. So, and I can't talk highly enough of their latest shows with Ozark. Like I'm watching it now. I'll do a review for us next week. It's amazing. Narcos coming out, BoJack coming out. Like Netflix can't miss. So of course I am very excited, but it also could be crap.
It's the realism of it.
What was it? The
Iron Fist.
We got Iron Fist. Yeah. We also got Daredevil and Punisher. So
and we know Daredevil. We're gonna see footage of season
2 was garbage.
Yeah, but we'll see season 3 footage of Daredevil coming up very soon.
And Punisher.
Yeah, but let us know what you guys think about this news of Henry Cavill being cast in the lead of the new Witcher series coming to Netflix. Another show that you and I are very excited about, Alex. Mayans debuted this past week. Because of the Labor Day weekend, we didn't get a chance to we were a little behind on a few things, but we will start having our reviews in next week's episode of The Good Brothers. Just in general, we're finally here. You excited to really start getting on this ride, at least for the first season, hopefully, of Mayans, see where it goes?
It's FX, so they're going to sign it. Like, Kurt Sutter really does any bad when it comes to this genre. Obviously, his medieval show wasn't as well received.
Yeah.
I think it should be good. It's getting good reviews. It's not like, Better Call Saul, we're like, Oscars, but it's getting like how Sons of Anarchy was. We're like, yo, this is entertaining. This is good, basic cable stuff. Like, obviously, it's at HBO, but they do a lot. Like, I think it's good. And obviously, being Hispanic, I think you and me are like, about time we get, like, I like juice and hippie and all, but we need a little, like, I'm sick of, I like the camera on us and see 7 brown, Hispanic males. You're like, yeah, I look like that guy more than the other guys. I don't look like Jax. I don't look like Chips. I don't talk with a brogue. Like, these are fun guys to watch, like these young-looking Hispanic men. So, biased is biased. Yeah, I'm more excited. Obviously, it's not getting better than Sons, because it will be. It's one of my favorite shows. Yeah. But I'm super pumped. Like, it's not going to be bad to me. I'm going to watch it and be like, greatest show ever.
Ever. So stick with us, guys, for our reviews of Mayans, the new show on FX. Alex, why don't we jump into the NFL? And it's some very exciting news. We, breaking the fourth wall. We are here in the state of Illinois, the city of Chicago, and the Chicago Bears make a huge trade to get Khalil Mack.
NFL changing.
Yeah, and you can check out my interview with Christian Simpson from the Daily Blitz right now on the network, anywhere you get your favorite podcast, at Mercado Airwaves, on YouTube at youtube.com/MikeMercado2333, and of course on Facebook, facebook.com/Mercado Airwaves. Check it out. It was a very entertaining interview. We won't take up too much time about that, but I wanted to get into it a little bit first before we get into the news outside of the field.
I'm changing my pick. I still think Cleveland ends better than Chicago. Even though now it's completely wrong and the Bears are going to be solid and this changed everything about the entire NFL. Whatever, though. It's fine. Cool.
Do you want to go through week 1 and kind of make some quick picks? Or do you want to kind of, why don't we go through a couple games and see what catches our attention?
I guess, we can do quick picks. You want to do quick picks?
Yeah, we'll do.
Out there, let's see if we're smart or not.
Yeah, why don't we go ahead and go into week picks?
It's fine.
Okay, so in no particular order, we'll go ahead and just pick the games themselves. And whenever the night they fall, whatever time they fall, it is what it is. You can actually catch us on social media. Alex and myself are in a lot of different leagues, a lot of stakes in each one of our leagues. So please, wherever you're following us, just keep up with us. Tell us how bad we are, how good we are, because we're chances are we're going to be good.
Fantasy's fun. I feel like that's the fun. So, talk. It's fun.
Let us know.
Everyone does fantasy. Men, women, children, work, non-work. Fantasy football is just a fun time.
All right. Cue the music post-production for exciting football stuff. And now... Okay, perfect. Alex, why don't we go into it? Falcons-Eagles on Thursday Night Football. The defending Super Bowl champions against the team that lost in the Super Bowl 2 years ago, the Atlanta Falcons. Fourth wall broken. I'm picking the Falcons to win the Super Bowl this year. Alex...
Falcons win this game. I'm not picking them to the Super Bowl. I think that's going to be...
Save it. You don't need to make
Carolina.
that pick. Okay, you Carolina early? All right. Yeah. So early picks right now. These are subject to change. Obviously,
I just throw the team I like. Right?
So Atlanta.
No, I think this game Atlanta. Yeah. I think Eagles was a very 1 year thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot. They really didn't do much to improve. If anything, they're just hurt and old now. So yeah, I don't love them.
No Carson Wentz.
I think New York and Dallas catch up. I think the Redskins are close to catching up. I don't think it's a hard division.
Yeah, I'll go Falcons. So Falcons for both of us. Bengals, Colts at Indianapolis. I'm with the returning Andrew Luck. I think Cincinnati's a really bad team. I don't know how that team continues to...
High scored.
Yeah.
I'm going to go game, Indy.
I'm going to go Indy. Buffalo at Baltimore. We're getting the return of Joe Flacco. We're waiting to see what happens with Jackson as his backup.
And they got Michael Crabtree.
Yeah.
Solid defense. Baltimore.
Baltimore easily.
I think Buffalo's terrible. Like, LaShawn McCoy is a very lonely soldier over there.
Yeah, him and Charles Clay's going to get a lot of love, but that's about it. Yeah. No Sammy Watkins.
Buffalo could be undefeated this time in like 6 weeks, so we don't know, guys.
Well,
I'm going to go with... So far, we're agreeing, Mike.
We'll see if Kelvin Benjamin ends up being a help over there.
We'll see how good he really is without Cam.
Tampa without Jameis Winston for the first 3 games against the New Orleans Saints in New Orleans. Easy. Let's go Saints. We'll move on.
I mean, honestly, if Jameis Winston played, you're still going to Saints, right? Like, Let's be honest, Jameis Winston's kind of been a hype.
I totally agree.
Dude, you're an asshole. You can't stay in the field at this point. You're not that good. I don't know what to tell you, man. You got Mike Evans. You should make something work.
Houston at New England. I think this is a game where I think you normally would go New England. I'm going to go New England in this one, but I do like Deshaun Watson. He's one of my favorite players in the league.
Deshaun Watson, returning J.J. Watt. It's a good team.
Will Fuller was a monster when he was catching the balls from Deshaun Watson, obviously the DeAndre Hopkins, one of the best receivers in the league. So they have the explosiveness. What exactly is going on with New England? And
J.J. Watt's a game changer when he's healthy, and he's healthier than ever now that he took all that time off. So,
and on top of everything, let's go into what's going on in New England. You have the drama that's going on with Tom Brady and Bill Belichick because of Tom Brady's personal trainer. We're wondering what's going on with Gronk. Every offseason, he's talking about retirement, wants a new contract.
I don't trust him this season. I don't think he puts up the numbers this year.
And you lose Brandon Cooks, so there is no guarantees. Eric Decker retires in the middle of it. So there's a lot of questions to be had in New England, but I won't bet against the Patriots.
I would.
I'm going to go New England in this one.
Nope, Houston, the future.
All right, that's the first time we've split. Moving on, your team, the team that I think is the most overhyped team in the National Football League, the San Francisco 49ers against the Minnesota Vikings.
My most overrated team, the team I think is the best team. I don't even mind. It's not Carolina. It's the Rams that are going to win the Super Bowl.
Sure.
Anywho, what was the pick?
The overhyped San Francisco 49ers against what a lot of people are picking the best team in the NFC, the Minnesota Vikings.
You show some respect to our hometown boy, Jimmy.
I like Jimmy G. Here's the thing, though.
San Francisco wins.
Obviously, this is a blowout, and Minnesota's going to completely shut down. Yeah. You're basing Mike Shanahan and Jimmy Garoppolo off of 5 games against arguably the best defense in the league. You're getting
undefeated.
You're getting Kirk Cousins and Stephon Diggs, Adam Thielen, Delvin Cook back. This is a very good Minnesota team. I'm going to go Minnesota at Minnesota.
San Francisco. Jimmy.
Marcus Mariota's Tennessee Titans takes on Ryan Tannehill's Miami Dolphins.
Oh, God, talk about... Tennessee seems like a real big contender compared to Miami.
Yeah.
What's in Miami anymore? Pork?
No, Kenyon Drake, I think.
Oh,
that's about it. But here in Jarvis Landry. Jarvis Landry's in Cleveland.
Parker.
Devontae Parker's over there.
I guess.
So, I guess with Tennessee...
Is Cutler still there?
Yeah, right. I guess the thing about the Tennessee Titans is Marcus Mariota has been so pedestrian at times, and they do have really good parts, but they don't have anything, it seems, special over there.
This year is going to be a big determining year because the NFL finally caught up, and we're going to see, is Tennessee legit are they good, or are they just in a bad thing? Because the other thing is, Mark Mariota good? Is Derrick Henry good? Now they're finally getting now they're finally set. Like, Derrick Henry's finally getting the ball. They're like, you're our running back. We don't have Murray anymore, so are you the guy? You did go to Bama. You were great. Mariota, you're great, but can you carry a team without a very experienced running back and a whole new I don't know. Tennessee's going to win, but I feel like half the time it's they were 8-8. They made it. Yeah, they're there. They're the first round lose. They're a first round loss. Maybe they make it interesting.
The team that was 1 quarter away from getting to the Super Bowl, the Jacksonville Jaguars, take on the rebuilding New York Giants. We'll see Barkley make his debut as a Giant, but the real question is, how will they be able to move the ball over this Jacksonville defense? Ramsey is not going to get any balls thrown to him. Odell Beckham with his new deal, as long as he stays healthy, one of the top receivers in the league. I think this one, you got to go Jacksonville. New York is rebuilding.
I like New York. I like Ingram. I like Odell. I like Shepard. I like Bart. I like the team.
I guess the argument against New York is, other than after losing Allen Robinson and Allen Hurts to free agency, the real question becomes with Marcus Lee getting down with the torn ACL. What are you going to do with that offense? Blake Bortles is very pedestrian. You do have a very good running back in Leonard Fournette. Yeah. You do have a great defense. So it's enough to win.
If you're a fantasy, Fournette's going to be big because he's
on the team.
But to be honest, it's like get Big Ben and Tony Brown right now because they don't have quarterback I know to throw to. There's no running back. you got to go with the person that's there.
So we're splitting on this one, though. I'm taking the Jags, you're taking the Giants.
It's week 1. That's why. It's week 1.
Sure.
Defenses take a little longer to wake up than offenses do. That's the point. Like, a running back can get away with a lot in week 1. A quarterback, like, if Odell's going to drop 100 yards against Jacksonville, it'll be week 1, not week 10. You know what I mean? So that's what we got to take. So I'll take New York this week.
What should have been a very easy pick earlier on this week gets a little bit more complicated now that this player does not want to show up. Le'Veon Bell not showing up to camp due to a contract wanting to re-sign. It's Steelers, it's Browns, Alex's darling team, and the Cleveland Browns. The real question is, this is in Cleveland, Pittsburgh is arguably one of the top teams in the AFC. Can Cleveland sneak one on them at home with all this distraction going on of Le'Veon Bell?
I don't think so because I still think Antonio Brown's going to go ham.
Juju Smith-Schuster.
You still got, and guess what? Who's their backup running back? Like, they've played without Le'Veon Bell and won. This is still a Super Bowl contending team that last year, what got in their way? Jacksonville.
Sure.
The best defense in the league. And they dropped, 42 against the best defense? Like, the problem with Cleveland is they have a better defense and they have decent weapons. I don't love Tyrod Taylor. according to
Hard Knocks.
Hard Knocks, it's Tyrod. Mm-hmm. But no, until Baker comes in, I think Baker's going to make that team. I think Baker's a future quarterback. I think he's a star. I do think I see a lot in him now from, obviously, Hard Knocks jokes aside. I liked him from the beginning. I think I think he'll be a great quarterback in this league. I think he's got Cam Newton tendencies when it comes to his attitude, and I think that's going to work. And I think he looks good. He's powerful. He looked okay in the preseason. I think when he starts coming in, I don't think they sneak a win against Pittsburgh because I think Antonio Brown and Big Ben are still Antonio Brown and Big Ben in that defense. Still going to stop the offense. It's transition because you're going to start Baker. You got Chubb in the first round. You're not going to, Carlos Hyde is going to start over him. You have a great young tight end, Ujaku. You have Jarvis Landry. You have weapons. It's not going to click right away. I think this is a team we see this year win a couple of games midway, and then next year, maybe that's when they start being like, okay, now we're kind of clicking a little bit. They kind of remind me of the Bears a few years ago when they had all those weapons. And you're like, man, if they would have had it, if Jay Cutler basically wasn't an asshole, probably would have been pretty good offense. If Jay Cutler didn't ruin it, you had 3-star receivers, you had 2-star running backs, you had a star tight end, and Jay Cutler.
In what's a very exciting matchup in the AFC West, the Kansas City Chiefs visit the LA Chargers. I have the Chargers actually in the Super Bowl representing the AFC.
Man, you're crazy.
But
I agree, Chargers win.
I think the Chargers win this one. I think the biggest problem with the Chiefs is that they don't have a defense, so they're going to have to score a lot of points. But
I don't think the offense is going to move like they did.
With Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins, Kareem Hunt, Patrick Mahomes, they have a chance. Andy Reid, Travis Kelce, one of the best signings in the league. I think they can do something, but I think the Chargers are I might fall into the trap of the same thing the Chargers do to a lot of people, where they look good in the preseason and they look good going into the season. They break your heart come December, but you know what? I'm going with them, and all it takes is to get into the damn thing. What's going to be a very interesting matchup quarterback-wise, the Dallas Cowboys take on the Carolina Panthers. I think, Alex, this is one of your favorite teams right now, the Carolina Panthers going into the season.
I could see Panthers.
I think the Panthers are winning this game. I think the Cowboys don't have a lot of weapons other than Zeke.
You know what, dude? This is probably the toughest game for me. I don't know why I said Panthers. I think I said Panthers because I like the Cowboys a little better, even though they have no. Well,
they don't have.
Even though Dak Prescott's no one to throw to. They're missing the pieces. I think it's one of those things where I think Zeke goes ham. And Zeke has a good game, and maybe Dak has an okay game.
Colin has a good defense, though.
Yeah, I still think Zeke's the best running back in the NFL. Honestly, I think he's the running back, pure running the ball. I think Ezekiel Elliott's the best
you can make
running
an argument.
back.
Yeah, you can make that
Obviously,
argument.
you have Todd Gurley and these guys who can catch a little more.
Yeah.
But I think Zeke's the best pure running back. You're right. Carolina wins. They have a better defense. They have better weapons. Dallas is kind of a mess because, Dez Bryant, as much as you want to talk smack, it's still Dez Bryant. Pick him up in your fantasy league, people. He's going to come back. Again, Zeke goes ham, but no defense. Weak line. Yeah. No, it's Carolina.
Yeah, I will Carolina, too. Washington at Arizona, two rebuilding teams, at least in the big mindset. On this one, just because you're traveling all the way to the West Coast, I'll go Arizona.
Yeah, and Washington's really hurt the first week. Crowder and Reed are both – they're in, but they were hurt a lot of the preseason.
And we know Adrian Peterson will start game week 1. So
yeah, I'll go with it. I'm going to go Arizona, too. I agree.
Yeah, I'll go Cardinals on that way. The Seattle Seahawks take on the Denver Broncos. In this one, I will take on Case Keenum coming for the Denver Broncos. I'll go Seattle. Yeah. I think the biggest problem with Seattle is their once you win and you got to start playing players, it's hard to keep developing, and that's what's happened to the team. It's kind of caught up to them.
They got a good offense.
They have an okay offense.
The problem with Denver is, like, you come down to it, and they both have a very equal defense, and then you got to go in like, well, one team has a star quarterback and some decent weapons, and one team has nothing. So yeah, I'm gonna go Seattle because they're always there, and I think. They just have it's a good mix. I don't know. Maybe it is Pete Carroll. Like, I guess it's just well coached because no matter every year you're like, man, they look kind of bad. You're like, oh, Seattle's pretty good. Why is Russell Wilson a star? I don't know, but that Badger is killing it. So I'm gonna go Washington too. I think we've agreed on most of these, honestly, except for New York and Houston.
And before we get to what has now become the game of the week, before it was scheduled to be the game of the week, why don't we go to Monday Night Football? The Jets and the Lions in the first game. I like Matthew Stafford going up. Yeah. Sam Darnold could be a great quarterback one day, but it's not right now. We'll go Detroit.
Who's he throwing to?
Yeah, and in the night game, you have the LA Rams against the Oakland Raiders. The Raiders. This is going to be the transition into what we're going to talk about a little bit. Trading Khalil Mack to the Chicago Bears. Not knowing exactly what the hell Gruden is doing over there. But Derek Carr is coming back healthy with the new Jordy Nelson.
That's cool.
Not having Michael Crabtree, but having Amari Cooper. But the LA Rams, arguably probably one of the best teams in the NFL, making a playoff run last year. We'll see if Jared Goff makes that next step as a great quarterback. We'll see if Todd Gurley continues his development. They just signed Aaron Donald to a new extension, who was the highest paid defensive player in history for exactly 24 hours until Khalil Mack signed his deal with the Bears.
Obviously we're talking about now. It's like so dumb. You're like, do you want Todd Gurley are you going to open the hole for him at this point? Because, like, the one chance you had, like, that's your team.
But that's what happens when you have a 10-year. That's what happens when you have a 10-year contract that you're given to basically make any decision you want to run the front office, and you're giving picks. But here's the problem and we mentioned it on the last.
At least we're on the other side, mofo.
It really is an other side type of thing. And I will say that you should check out my interview with Christian Simpson and the network. We talk a lot about this trade. But we're both going to the Rams, and let's go into it on Sunday Night Football, the first Sunday night game of the season. The new look Chicago Bears take on the Green Bay Packers. We'll break it down for you guys right now. I know this episode's running a little bit longer, but I know for a lot of you guys getting to this point.
It's football, y'all. We're not going to do this every week. We're just starting the season.
So why don't we go into it? I'm going to give you guys my breakdown very fast of what I've thought about the Chicago Bears. I've been waiting a lot of time to do this, and now with the new Sports from the Couch, you're going to be able to jump off of it. The Chicago Bears signing a lot of great players with Taylor Gabriel. You have Allen Robinson, obviously returning Jordan Howard. You have Tariq Cohen, Matt Nagy coming in with his offense from Andy Reid. We saw what it did for Doug Peters in Philadelphia. We're hoping to see the development that we saw in LA with Sean McVay and Jared Goff. Mitchell Trubisky only playing 13 games in college, then the 13 games in the National Football League. We'll see how his development goes. This offensive line has been revamped. But everything now comes down to signing a 27-year-old Defensive Player of the Year. Somebody who went to the Pro Bowl as a defensive end and outside linebacker. One of the smartest players in the league who's played every single game since being drafted into this league. Easily the best move the Bears have made since '85.
Okay.
Packers. Who do you got?
Packers.
Week 1. The Bears are going to win this game.
It's Packers because we still can't score. And it's still the baddest man in the world, Aaron Rodgers.
I will argue.
I think it's closer than we thought it would have been, but I'm going to go with the Packers. Dude.
The Bears will win Sunday Night Football 24-21, keeping Aaron Rodgers, who will have 3 touchdown passes, but will throw 2 interceptions. And the Bears will win this game. It will be a fun one. And the NFL is back, Alex, and better than ever. Unless you are somebody who hates Colin Kaepernick and Nike. We're not a political show, but that's something we have to talk about because it's everywhere in the universe. Alex, your initial thoughts. We haven't talked about this, actually, so I'm going to give you the floor. Whatever you want to say, it's for you.
I got a couple of bullet points. One, I like the actual commercial. I thought it was a beautiful commercial.
Sure.
Whether you throw you can take care of the guy if you want. I'm for it. I'm all for it because I do think he did sacrifice. When people, obviously, guys, we're not comparing him to a soldier. And yes, I wish Pat Tillman probably sells shoes, but no one remembers Pat Tillman unless you're a diehard fan. It's just like putting a soldier in. Guess what? they've put soldiers in videos before, and it works. Sometimes it doesn't. It's marketing, guys. Like, we can be as personal as we want, but these people are making money. So, anyway, back to that. Like, so yes, do I think there's more to it? Sure. Do I think it's a commercial? Yes. Do I think Kaepernick sacrificed his livelihood? Like, you can say he's a bad player. He wasn't. You can say he shouldn't be in the NFL. He should be. You can say he wasn't blacklisted. He was. You know, you're ignorant to say he wasn't or not. Like, these are facts. Whether your opinion of him is not of, you know, the issue at the kneeling and not kneeling, obviously by now, if you don't understand what he was doing it for and the backup he got from the armed forces, again, it's his ignorance. Burning shoes, I think it's funny. You see a lot less burning shoe videos than you did the burning jerseys because people are like, these are my Nike.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to need these. I think it's great when people are like, why don't you just give them away, man? Like, personally, I love Nike. I've always been Nike. I'm not going to stop buying Nike. I like the commercial. I like Kaepernick. I think, like, he did sacrifice his life of now he's a martyr. Like, he's in half the country the most hated man and the other half a hero. Like, that is sacrifice. And I'm not comparing it to anything, but it is a sacrifice.
Well, both could be real.
Why can't both be real? Why does he have to be a soldier? That's like saying, like, guys, I wish the world worked like that where you could put a soldier on a commercial and it sells, but guess what? It doesn't as much as, guess what we're talking about? Nike. Guess what's going to go up by the end of the year? Nike. Guess who's, you know, like, guess what, guys? There's a big black community, minority communities. There's a white community. Like, we have to accept this, and it's just ignorance to look at non-facts, and you can joke around with it all you want, and, you know, but when you start stating facts like, you know, this should have been Pat Tillman, and this is not, like, you're not making sense now. Like, what? That doesn't even make sense in any aspect. So I'm cool with it. I thought the commercial was beautiful. You know, like, why are we, like, there was some great parts about that commercial that had nothing to do with Kaepernick. I like Kaepernick personally. I believe in what he stands for. Again, it must be nice to live in a world where you don't have to worry about being a minority. I would love that. That's great. We're half. You know, a little less than half, but we're mixed. Nicole's a mutt. Half our family is mixed with white. So we've seen it from both sides, people. Our cousins are very Caucasian, and our family is very 50-50 in some areas. You know, we do have Republicans in our family. We do have Democrats in our family. This is my opinion. I'm for it. I'm cool with it, and I think Nike's great. And guess what, guys? Nike always is in the game of drama. That's what they do.
Well, I think that we've been just going this conversation in general when it comes to Kaepernick has been going in circles. If you don't know what it's about, that's on you, and I'm not.
You're not on Twitter, I guess.
Yeah. So here's the thing: I'm not going to re-explain it. It is what it is. You either get it or you don't. But what I am going to say is this:
I'm basically everything.
I'm going to give you two things. Totally agree. If you're going to burn your shoes, give them to the homeless. And I'm not saying this as some political warrior. I'm not saying this as a conservative or as a liberal. I promise you, I do a show called Outreach Radio Chicago. We've done shows about the homeless here in Chicago, and it's you think one thing homeless, the first thing you think of is he's drunk or a drug addict. But what you don't think of is the soldiers and how many of them are veterans. So if you're really upset about it, and if this is something, and this isn't condescending, this isn't talking at you, but if you're upset about it, and you really don't want to wear those Nikes, you're an American. That is your right. Give them to a homeless man.
There's plenty of options. Go out and buy the shoes. But like you said, do something then. Be about it.
And then the second thing, if you want me to smack it around your face, the truth of the matter is this. The reason why you don't hear Donald Trump and the NFL going against Nike is this big reason. One, like President Trump said, Nike is a high-paying tenant. And the NFL doesn't say anything, especially when they're going to pay ads, like we've heard from NBC, 2-minute ads during their games. And why they have their logo on their apparel is this main reason. Each NFL team is worth about $2.2 billion, according to Forbes. There's 32 teams. It's roughly $60 billion.
Let's go 70. Why not?
You want to know how much Nike's worth? You want to take a guess?
Triple it.
$116 billion.
Double. So double. Basically double what the NFL
So the reason why you don't see anybody talking is because you don't swing up when they're that much bigger than you. So say what you will, say anything you will. The fact is, this machine is bigger than any of your little complaints that any of us made, whether you're on the left or the right. Compared to this
world, you're like, cool guys, you're upset. You're not really that upset.
So enjoy.
And guess what, people? It's not just you're 50% in the world.
So for those of you using it on both sides for some political agenda, just remember this: that echo chamber that you think you're speaking into means nothing to the literal kings of this industry. But Alex, it was a very deep episode of The Good Brothers. I love the fact that we got to hit everything on this. But any last thoughts before we get out of here? It was a meaty episode. A meaty post-Labor Day. A beefy post-Labor Day episode.
No, I'm good.
Cool. Let's get on let's get on out of here.
That was it. Yeah, we'll talk more next week.
Yeah, it sounds really good. It's going to be
Predator
so fun.
next week. We'll early preview.
We got a lot of movies coming up because we're getting into that swing of the next
we're back
season.
in November,
yeah,
October,
so very excited. Follow him on Twitter at Mercado21Alex. I'm at mmercado2333. We're on Instagram. He's at Mercado2121. You can check him out flexing. I'm at Mike Mercado2333. Like us on Facebook at Mercado Airwaves. We're on YouTube, youtube.com/Mike Mercado2333. Search us Mercado Airwaves. Get us anywhere you get your favorite podcast at Mercado Airwaves. Do us a huge favor. Like, rate, review, and share us. It helps us out so much. A huge thank you to all our sponsors at patreon.com/Mercado Airwaves. Right now, if you check it out, we have an interview with the UFC flyweight women's champion, Nico Montano, before her huge fight at UFC 228. And you can hear it ad-free right now at patreon.com/Mercado Airwaves. And of course, a huge thank you to each and every one of you for joining us. For the good brother himself, Alex Mercado.
Deuces.
I'm Mike Mercado. We'll see you on the next episode of The Good Brothers here on the Mercado Airwaves Network.
If you would like to support Mercado Airwaves, visit us at patreon.com/Mercado Airwaves. Find us on iTunes at Mercado Airwaves. Keep up to date with the show on Facebook at Mercado Airwaves. You can see all of Nicole's work at typingwhentipsy.wordpress.com. You can follow Alex on Twitter at Mercado21Alex. Follow Mike on Twitter at mmercado2333 and on Instagram, MikeMercado2333. Thanks for joining us here on The Good Brothers, here on Mercado Airwaves.
What's up, friends? Mike here from Mercado Airwaves. If you missed any one of our past interviews with amazing guests like future Hall of Famer and pound for pound best fighter in the world, UFC flyweight champion Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson,
Another day at the operator to go out there and test my skill.
to award-winning producer, director, and actor Orlando Jones,
Orlando, how you doing,
How are
buddy?
you, sir? I'm good, brother. How you doing?
and all the other interesting guests we've had on. Joining us today is director and writer David Ferrier.
Thanks so much, brother. I appreciate you having me on the show.
MMA legend Chael Sonnen joins us today.
Keep listening to your show. This is great. Thanks, my friend.
Just subscribe to us on iTunes at Mercado Airwaves. And while you're there, please like, review, and rate us, friends. It helps so much. We also have a Patreon for anyone who would like to support the show. Just visit us at patreon.com/Mercado Airwaves and see how you can get all of our interviews ad-free and before anyone else, and how you can get your business or company spotlighted on the show. Follow us on Twitter at mmercado2333. Like us on Facebook at Mercado Airwaves. Subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/MikeMercado2333. And if you would like to see what we're up to behind the scenes, follow us on Instagram, MikeMercado2333. Thanks for listening and all the support.